What's going on, YouTube? What's up, YouTube family? I know it's been a while. I've been out of it. It's been cold. I live in Maryland, like I said in a couple of my other vlogs. Man, it was extremely cold, so it was hard for me to ride. Today it warmed up a little bit, so I was like, let's go for it. Let's do this. It's almost 60 degrees today. I don't even know. I think today is like March 16th or 17th or whatever the day might be. Yeah, so today I've decided something. I'm gonna make a video about how to ride a motorcycle. I'm trying to look for an empty parking spot, if I could find one, so I can show you guys how to ride a motorcycle. Should have left a little earlier. Now it's getting a little cold, but it's all good. I'm gonna suck it up and deal with it. I like the cold, but you know, man, if you're on a motorcycle, you don't have the proper gear, which I'm planning to get for next year, by the way. I'm gonna get me like a nice warm leather jacket, you know, designed for motorcycles, so I could at least ride in a little chilly temperature like as of right now. Today's video is gonna be about how to ride a motorcycle. From step one, how to get on it, start it up, and actually show you guys it's not that hard. I believe it or not, most of the stuff that I've learned is off of YouTube. So I thought maybe it's time, you know, it's about time that I should pay back a little bit. So if you just subscribed to my channel or you've been on it for a while, hey, if you guys ride motorcycles, let me know what kind of motorcycle that might be. Ooh, la, 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 la. Lane split time. It's been a while. Was a little nervous doing it, but it's all good. Woo! Sick us! Woo! So you go 0 to 130 or 128 when I looked at it, and I was still pulling it. Oh, you leave me a gap, but we'll park up. I need to calm down, man. I'm gonna get a ticket. Oh, it's been a while, man. You have no idea. Every day I would get up, check the temperature for the next 7 days, and it's always been cold. It always been like 30 degrees, and I was like, I was just getting mad at myself. And finally, temperatures opened up. It was my day off, and guess what? It's almost time. We're still getting there. It's still a little chilly. I feel like the weather guy right now. Motorcycles are not that hard. They might look big, complicated, but hey, look at this. I mean, right now, if you do above 10 miles an hour, this thing is really light. I'm gonna take off my DSLR for this. Yeah, there's my camera. Sting, road mic. Alright guys, so I actually wanted to do this video for a very long time. I wanted to make a video on the motorcycle, just showing you guys how to ride the motorcycle. It's very simple, it's not that hard. And like I said when I was talking earlier, or like I said, you know, it's all in your mind. If you think if you're gonna make it hard, it's gonna be hard. I mean, I know when you sit on a motorcycle, it's pretty heavy and things along that line, but trust me, it's very simple. So let me show you something. All right, first and foremost, this side, which has the kickstand. This side, which has the kickstand, you basically, this is the side that you hop on the motorcycle from, because it's leaning towards you. It's easier to get on the bike. So this thing right here, this is your gear shifter. So let me tell you how the gears work. One click down, that is first gear. Half click up, so you put your foot right here, so you go half click up, that's neutral. But say if you're in first gear, you want to go to second gear, so you go to all the way down, you just kind of press it hard enough where it clicks into second gear. It'll skip neutral. Well, it won't skip neutral, it'll just bypass it quickly. And then it's third, fourth, fifth, and so total of 6 gears. So one down, half click up is neutral, then it's 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how the gears work. Or you switch the gears with your foot, but in order to do that, you have this thing called clutch, which is right here. You have to squeeze this before you switch gears. You squeeze in the clutch, you put it in first gear, second gear, or whatever you want to do. And of course, let's go around. On this end, you have your throttle. So basically what the throttle does is, I mean, it's simple. You just twist it and it'll gain power from the engine, and you slowly let go of the clutch. This is your front brake. 70% of the time, this is the brake that you guys will be using. And it's really important to know that you do have the rear brake, which let me show you, which is right here. This is the rear brake. This is your foot pad. You put, so you could just squeeze the lower, but I mean, you don't use it a lot. I do use it quite often when I'm like trying to slow down. Like I'm doing like 5 miles an hour, I'll try to use the rear brake instead, which is a bad habit too. But I do use that. So basically, if you're gonna use this brake, the front brake, 70%, this is going to be, say, your 20% of braking. And you do have this thing called engine braking, which I'll explain in a minute. And of course, the rear pegs for the passengers, which has nothing to do with riding unless you have a passenger in the back. Start button right here at the bottom. These are your meters, so you could go through your mileages and things along that line. It does have a track mode, which I've never played around with. This is your main engine cutoff switch on switch. So you could turn off your bike from that. I usually use my key, which is located on the side of my cell phone. This little button right here, I made a video on. It's the mode button, so you can put the bike in A mode, B mode. It just kind of cuts down the power. Now this button right here, it says pass. So basically what they did is, I mean, this is your high beam right here and low beam, and then you could tap this, it'll come right back. It's basically to flash the light at somebody in front of you. I don't know, I guess this is to let somebody know that you're about to pass them or something. So this is your horn and your left and right signal. So let's go on the bike. First, you have to make sure your bike is in neutral. Right now you can tell it's in first gear. Obviously some bikes won't indicate that, but this one does. And the way you tell that, you try to rock the bike, it won't go anywhere, it'll just stop. Unless you squeeze in the clutch, then obviously it's going to roll. But if it's not rolling, so what you need to do is pull the clutch in, hold your brake in case you're moving or whatever, or you're going downhill. That thing right there with the gear shifter I showed you, pull it up halfway, click, and you see that green light turned on, that's the neutral light. So basically now your bike is in neutral. Now you can rock it or roll it or whatever the case. But here's how you start it up. So your bike is in neutral. You squeeze in the clutch, and this button right here, you press this, and voila, your bike is up and running. Now your bike, if you let go of your clutch right now, the bike is not going to go anywhere. It's just because it's in neutral, just like a car being in neutral. You know, if it started or not, it doesn't matter. So what's going to happen is it's just in neutral. There's no power coming out of the gears, or you know, I mean, you could rev the engine, it's not going anywhere. But here's what you do. Make sure you're well situated, your mirrors are fixed or whatever the case might be. I mean, just hop on the bike and kind of rock it, roll it up, move it around so you get the feel of it. So you squeeze in the clutch, you press the gear lever down one, make sure your kickstand is up, and here you go. Now here's the thing, you could go fast, however you feel comfortable, but if you're just starting off, here's the thing, you let go of the clutch just a little bit, just enough where you can see the bike moving, and just stop, so you get the idea where your sweet spot is, which you know. So you let go of the clutch again, and there we go. See, I'm not even giving it any throttle, my hands are off the throttle, and the bike is actually running. First gear, I'm not even touching the throttle, as you can see. The bike will roll. Now what you can do is, let's give it a little, no, it's going uphill, so it's struggling a little bit, so let's give it a little throttle. And don't forget, these bikes do have a lot of power. That's your first gear. So I'm gonna just go a little further down the parking lot. I still left my bag there with the camera in it. Bad idea, but oh well, I'm not going too far. Got my eyes on it. So there's first gear for you. See, I'm not even in second gear. Look right, look left. Good. See, as soon as you hit about 4,000 RPM, you can feel the bike needs either going to the second gear or not. So, oh, there's a car coming. So that's your front brake right here. So, squeeze in the clutch, pull that up, second gear. Squeeze in the clutch, one more up, third gear. To go down the gears, it's simple. You squeeze in the clutch, push it downwards, that's second gear, you can tell, and first gear. And you're back to square one. So say you're in first gear and you pop the clutch by accident, this will happen, the bike will turn off. Simple as that. Yeah, but if you got the throttle going, if you're pushing the throttle or you're pulling in the throttle, giving it fuel or whatever, and then you pop the clutch, guess what? This bike is going up in the air. You're going to be popping a wheelie before you know it, which is not a good idea at all, if you ask me. But anyways, that's how you ride a motorcycle. It's simple. And look, you don't have to go crazy with it, or like, I mean, I've been doing some crazy stuff lately, but look, just take your time, no rush. So let's get on the road. See, first gear, I can tell by the sound, I don't even need to look down, I can tell by the sound it's asking for me to shift, unless I really want to go fast and I want to, you know, do some crazy stuff. Let's say I'm riding normally, I'll just pull in the clutch, pull up the gear shifter, and there we go. Second gear, now third gear. By the way, when you do shift, just kind of let go of the throttle just a little bit, just a little, like this much. So you got there, so you get a smoother transition between one gear to the other. See, third gear. I can go to fourth gear if I want. And remember, I was telling you, it's 70% braking for the front brake. I would say maybe 20 in the back. Now what happened to the rest of the 10? I always usually try to slow down the bike with lowering the gear, and see how fast it slowed down? That's called engine braking. When I used to ride in Pakistan, or I did road in Pakistan, they used to laugh at me when I used to do that. But that is what you call engine braking. Second gear, squeeze in the clutch. Third gear, fourth gear, drop it, third gear. It's very simple. And look, When the bike is parked, it is heavy, yes. But when you're riding the motorcycle, I mean, trust me, look, if I want to go right, there's go. It's like light as a feather. You just have to get on a motorcycle and let go of your fears. First gear, squeeze the clutch. Second gear, third gear. It's very simple. Look guys, I learned it off of YouTube. If I can learn to ride, you can too. The summertime is around the corner. It's 2018. Look, you don't have to go for a really powerful motorcycle. I know a lot of you guys were complaining on one of my videos where I talked about GoPRro 600. All I was saying was, look, if you go for a 250 but your plan is down the road to get a 600, you're going to grow out of that 250. But if your plan was to begin with to go for a 250 because you love them, hey, hats off to you. They're great bikes. Go for it. So guys, this is the end of the video. Please do not forget to subscribe if you're watching this. Oh, another biker. Please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and like I said, I need a few more subscribers. I'm getting there, but you guys have been a great help. All the new subscribers or whoever just subscribe to the channel, thank you. I really appreciate it. You guys mean a lot to me. And like I said, if you have any questions about riding a motorcycle, whatever the case might be, don't forget to comment below. If you have any fears, don't hesitate to ask. I will try to address them. Look, the key is not to be afraid to ride a motorcycle. It's to actually have fun. One of my best friends, I would call it now, she said something really important. She said it's not what you ride, it's that fact that you do ride. That's what it matters. So just keep that in mind. Alright guys, I'm out. Be safe. Peace.